determine whether the relation is a function and then explain. So if I look at the input of 1 goes with the output of 7, an input of 2 goes with an output of 3, an input of 3 goes with an output of 3, and an input of 4 goes with an output of 7. I would say all the inputs have exactly one output. I don't see any inputs that have been repeated. So this will be a function, and I can say every input has exactly one output, and it is okay that 1 and 4 share the same output. That would be like the dollar menu. Okay, number 30, determine whether the relation is a function and explain. The easiest way to do this one would be the vertical line test, and every vertical line that I draw only passes through that graph one time. So this again is going to be yes, and I can say it passes the vertical line test. I could also say that every input has exactly one output because that's what the vertical line test is testing for. Okay, number 31, find the domain and range of the function represented by the graph. Is the domain discrete or continuous? So for the domain on this one, what I like to do is actually find what these points are. So this is the point -6, 5. This is the point -1, -5. This is the point 1, 3, and then this is the point 6, 0. So when I'm looking at the domain, it's just all the x values, so it would be -6, -1, 1, and 6. And then the range would be all the y values, which would be 5, -5, 0, and 3. And if you wanted to write those in order, you could. It says, is it a discrete or continuous? It is definitely discrete, and the reason is we've learned discrete is just dots, so not every point in the domain is being included, so it is a discrete function. Number 32, evaluate the function when x equals -4, 0, and 5. So we have f of x equals 2x minus 4. So when we're going to do f of -4, wherever we see an x, we just put a -4. So 2 parentheses -4 minus 4, and then we're just going to work this out. 2 times -4 is -8 minus 4, which equals -12. Okay, then we're going to find f of 0. So we'll plug 0 in for the x, so we'll get 2 times 0 minus 4. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 4 is -4. And then we'll find f of 5. So if I plug 5 in where I see the x, we'll have 2 times 5 minus 4. 2 times 5 is 10. Minus 4 is 6. Right, number 33, find the value of x so that f of x equals 3. And remember again on these ones, f of x is the y value, so we're going to go up to y equals 3, which is right here, and then go over to my function. So that's where I'm looking at what x value corresponds with that. That is at x equals 1. And some people very nicely on the last test wrote this as f of 1 equals 3, and I really liked that. So bonus if you happen to do that again. Right, number 34, the function f equals 1.50 plus 0.75n represents the amount f in dollars you spend on a frozen yogurt given the number of toppings n. Identify the independent and dependent variables. Is the domain discrete or continuous, and explain. So the independent variable would be the one that we have more control over, which we get to pick, and we get to pick the number of toppings. So n will be our independent variable, and the dependent variable will be f because the amount we spend will depend on how many toppings I pick. And then is this a discrete or continuous domain? We would ask ourselves the question, can we have, looking at the independent variable, can we have fractions or decimals for that, for the number of toppings? No, we cannot. So this will be a discrete domain because of that.